Simone Biles. Wow, everyone's been talking about her. So her chance to take home the gold at the Summer Games is fading. She withdrew herself from the all-around gymnastics competition due to mental health issues. Today, fellow Olympians like Michael Phelps and Dominique Dawes are defending her decision. Take a look.
First, I wanted to make sure she was okay. You know, it's got to be difficult having something like that happen in a competition. You know, we were just talking. I don't know if that's ever happened for me. So, but also, I think on the other side, this is an opportunity for us, all of us, to really learn more about mental health.
She's been labeled as the GOAT. She's been an Olympian before. She's expected to bring home 5+ Olympic medals and also lead the team. There's a lot that's put up on this young girl, but what I respect most about her is she's listening to her inner voice, and she made a decision that was best for her.
But there are some who are calling her out for abandoning her team, including Piers Morgan, who tweeted, quote, Simone Biles calls herself the greatest of all time, but no GOAT would quit on their teammates like that, costing them an Olympic gold medal. Okay, Erica, I should mention too, when I posted something about Simone last night, some people wrote, because I was defending her, some people wrote back saying this is a generational thing. We wouldn't see this with our previous athletes. They would have toughed it out. The athletes today, in their words, are coddled, are entitled. I disagree with that. But what did you think about Piers and what some of the naysayers are saying?
Well, we wouldn't have heard from the athletes in previous generations because we didn't have that type of communication structure in the form of social media, and most things were considered very close to the vest. You know, what do you say about Piers Morgan? At the end of the day, Piers Morgan chimes in from the sunken place in order to project his own quitting spirit onto Simone Biles' mental health issues, a woman who is less than half his age. So I think Piers should probably just take a back seat to this, and it makes me wonder if she stopped returning his calls too.
The sunken place sounds like a bar I used to drink at. I could just see that. Like I like the dirty bars.
I should say really quickly, the quitting spirit you're referring to is Piers Morgan walked off the set of his work. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
He could dish it, but he just couldn't take it.
All right. Jeff, what are you thinking?
First of all, we shouldn't even put Piers Morgan in this conversation, right? As soon as you take Piers Morgan and give a quote to the other side, it diminishes the other side's argument. We shouldn't even be showing that. We should show someone of importance, maybe a former athlete, maybe a Michael Jordan, hear what he has to say. I remember growing up as a kid and respecting Michael Jordan because he put it all out there. He laid it on the line. Remember when he was sick and he had that last shot and Scottie Pippen had to carry him off the court? Famous, iconic shot. This is just a sign of the times. We say it's generational. It's very true. Because back in the day, people were respected for that. Now it's more respected, and we have to get ready for this. As an older generation, I have to get ready for my kids. Me as a father, coming through from, I guess, that old school mentality of you got to tough it out, you got to do this, and society saying, no, you don't. It's your mental health that you need to take care of. So this is going to be something I have to deal with as a parent moving forward, because I think Simone Biles has set the mark, saying, hey, why aren't you coming to work today? Well, I just don't feel like it because I'm taking a mental health day. This is going to be the future. She set a bar going forward here.
Well, you know, Jeff, you're calling it a generational thing. And it really is when you think about it. But like, let's move sports. You remember there was he was up and coming, a pretty famous linebacker for the 49ers. His name was Chris Borland. And he retired super early from the NFL. Maybe his second year, he had just signed a big contract and he retired in free agency, in training camp, because he was worried that he was already having effects from concussions. I think the difference between this generation, the Simone Biles generation, even from the Michael Phelps generation, is they see 20 years into the future what happens when you don't take care of your mental health, when you don't take care of your personal well-being. And making this personal really quickly, as a comic, I saw some of the older comics that were the height of heights, line wrapped around the corner to come see them, but they were drinking a lot, they were not getting a lot of sleep, they were not the best family men, and I see what happened to them into their careers. And I think a lot of younger comics now, you talk to them and they're talking about their algorithms and they're talking about, you know, the SEOs and just businessmen and women. So the generations do change as they look and see the mistakes and the successes of the generations before them.
I do too think we can't group the Simone Biles with, let's say, someone that that's like, I don't want to come to work today, I need a mental health day, which could totally
That's where the trickle-down effect will take us.
Well, it could be legitimate for that one individual. I think we need to have discernment to look at each individual case. There's always going to be outliers that are going to take advantage of the mental health narrative. However, most of the people, I would only imagine, are doing it because they really, truly are suffering in that moment. If Simone Biles stuck it out, and then she would have either A, in her mind, cost her team any medal, they got a silver, or what if she would have broken her ankle? Then for the rest of her career, she can perhaps no longer compete. For the rest of her life, she's dealing with a debilitating injury. Someone with that mindset that got to the place where she did, in my opinion, has one of the most strongest mindsets in the world. You do not get to the point of a Simone Biles with a weak mindset. So I think she has a very strong mindset. She knew in that moment she was either going to fall and cause herself catastrophic injury. That's what I think. Or she thought, I'm going to completely take my team off the podium. So in my opinion, what she did was not only selfless, it was the right decision as an athlete and as a teammate. That's my own opinion. But it's a good conversation. I know you guys are having it, and it's polarizing. Of course it is. Everything is polarizing today.